Good morning, all. This is Simon from Universal Teachers Academy. I'm one of the organizer in it. Today's session will be taken by Dr. Singaravelu, principal from CK College of Education, CUDDALORE. He will be taking the session. So this workshop mainly aims to help the teachers to prepare paper for the national seminar on shifting focus in school curriculum from content-based learning to competency-based learning. So this national seminar is conducted by Northeast Regional Institute of Education, that is from Meghalaya. So today in this workshop, you will be learning how to prepare a research paper and how to submit for Nairi, Meghalaya. Now I request Dr. Singaravelu to take over the session. Thank you.
Happy morning to all. Welcome to this session, and the session will be divided into three aspects. First, we will be discussing about some basic things that you should know beforehand while preparing a research paper. Second part will be what is the structure of a research paper, how to prepare a simple research paper. Research is not that difficult. So as a teacher, we are doing a lot of innovations, knowingly or unknowingly, in school as a part of our work. So how to make it or document whatever we are doing in school. That is only I'm going to discuss in second part. Third part, I will give a sample paper, and with that we will explain. Then finally, we will have a discussion based on the theme of the conference. So first part, some basic things will be discussed. I'll be little faster. We have 1 hour time only. So whatever I used to talk, begin a session with plagiarism only. So everybody would have known that when in India, assignments right from school means copying from textbook, but it should be original. So I usually start a session with the concept of plagiarism. Plagiarism, you know, is appropriation of other person ideas, processes, result without giving appropriate credit. So we'll understand that. So we should not copy others' word as it is. 4 or 6 consecutive words, we should not copy that. We should not also copy other idea. We should not also copy others' processes. Likewise, you should not copy somebody's work and project it as yourself. Sometimes, you should not copy, but you can refer it and give credit. You can refer and give credit by providing the name of the author or thanking the author, like giving sufficient, writing their names, giving sufficient credit to them. So let us discuss something. So there are 4 or 5 cases I have. That only thing you have to check whether it is a plagiarism or not. First thing, you are a member of the audience where research results are presented. You use this idea described by one of the speaker in the design for your next research project. Is this a plagiarism? Yes. If you copy other or if you refer other thing, you have to give credit. And you should not directly copy it and paste. You have to take it in your own words, refer, and give appropriate credit. Is this plagiarism? You read a book, you parodize passage text materials you have been reading in the literary review that you are writing. Again, I repeat, you cannot write, you cannot just copy and write the same thing in your name. Always give credit to the author and rephrase it as per your requirement. So you are reviewing a submitted manuscript. You decide to use novel research method described in the manuscript to enhance your own research. We can adopt other research method, but you have to give credit to the particular author. You are doing research using internet. You choose the ideas from a website in the design of your next research project, and also use some quotes from the website in your literary review. So here also, direct copying is not allowed. You can refer, but you should give credit to the author. You are writing a research paper in English. Your native language is, I don't want to tell, so I have put Martian. While writing a review of literature, you use another author exact words because you are not confident about paraphrasing or synthesizing the ideas into your own words in English. Again, even translating, you have to give credit to the author. So far, we have seen various cases of plagiarism. When you start writing anything, decide that you are not going to copy anything, but you have to refer and give your own, give it in your own idea. Like, so this is what first step. When you start writing any paper, you start writing anything, take a pledge that I'm not going to directly copy from any book or internet. Now, famous thing is that you go search it, copy it from the internet, paste it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Always take a pledge that I'm going to refer and use my own ideas, then rephrase it, put it. There are many softwares available. You can use it even for rephrasing. Okay, research. What is a research? Research, see, everything in the world is a research. For example, you are going to prepare your dinner today, and you don't have the sufficient ingredients. So we make use of something and prepare a new dish. Then it is also a research. So finding something new or solving a problem, then it is research. Research, I don't think that it is something very complicated. In day-to-day life, as a school teacher, as a college teacher, so I'm working in a college where I had some problem like maintaining some attendance because we have 200 students. I have only 6 or 7 teachers. So what I did is that I divided the whole students into peer groups. In each group, there will be 7 students maximum, 5 students minimum. So, and I put a leader, group leader, and Every day I have a WhatsApp group to discuss with my student. So this is the innovation that I brought in my college, and that innovation I should record. Even I'm also going to write a paper for this seminar. For that, my idea is that I have conducted an like workshop on puppetry, Bomalatam. In Tamil we say Bomalatam. Puppetry. I have conducted a research on, like, I conducted a session on puppetry, and over 2 days, it was a 2-day session. And after the session, like, only thing what we did is that we did not conduct it on Tamil language. Training was given in Tamil using Tamil language, but when students practiced, I've asked them to practice using English. So that is the innovation we tried to implement, and it was very successful. So I conducted a test. So this is a research that I am going to write as a paper for this seminar. So research is not difficult. It is what we are doing in school or colleges. Only thing is that we don't know what we are doing. That's all. So then second one thing, we don't know how to record it. So we'll just go to steps of research. Steps of research, we have to identify a research question. We have to identify a problem. Problem solving, what is the difference between problem solving and research? Problem solving, problem will be given, you have to solve it. In research, we have to identify the problem, then we have to find out the solution. So after identification of the problem, we have to do an initial review. Initial review. Review is what are the research conducted in this area. My research question is, I'm going to apply this technology for education. This is my question. So for that, I will conduct an intensive study. I'm a maths teacher. I want to do on maths, how to improve this achievement of maths. So I'm doing, my research area is this. For that, you have to conduct a research review. So far in India, what are the studies conducted related to that? So far in Tamil Nadu, what are the reviews related to that? So I will conduct an initial review. Then I will, I will reshape that research problem into a solvable, measurable problem. Today, you know, in national education policy, which says about outcome-based learning. Everywhere, mantra is outcome-based learning. You go to a corporate, they will say, measure what matters. So we have to convert your research problem into measurable problem, researchable problem. Then see what are the reviews conducted in that research problem. Then formulate a plan. We have to plan how to do this research. Then, so what type of research I'm going to do? Whether I'm going to conduct an experiment. So like I said, no, Bomalatam. So Bomalatam or puppetry, is it effective? How I am going to do that? It is an experimental study. So because out of 200 students, not all the 200 students participate in the puppetry. Only 25, 30 students, I think 40 students have participated in that. So remaining 40 students, they have not participated. So what I did is that I conduct a test, post-test. Test is not paper pencil test. For that, I'm going for this paper, what I did is that I have conducted a storytelling competition. Puppetry used, one group used puppetry to class. Then what I did is I have conducted a storytelling competition at the end of the thing. And another 40 students, they have not attended the puppetry training. They also participated in the storytelling competition. I compared them. Definitely those who used participated in the puppetry, they would have done storytelling comprehensively. So there is a measurement. How to measure it? Test mark will be there. But how to measure the effectiveness of storytelling? I prepared a rating scale. I prepared a rating scale. Rating scale. What are the measures are there? How we introduce the story? What are the characters in the story? Like that. I prepared a checklist. A teacher will sit. He will tick. So he is very good in introduction. Like that. He will give a score. Based on the score, I'm going to compare both the groups. My draft paper is ready. Then I will compare and see who did. So this is experimental study. There is another study called case study. I will come. I don't want to spend this more time into this here, but there are different kind of research. What research I'm going to do, that will be dealt in step number 6. Next, step number 7, whom we are going to target. Study is for primary children, 6th standard, 7th standard, or high school children, or to my teacher educator. In my case, my sample is my first year B.Ed students. So that is my sample. That is my population, and my sample is only 40 students who have participated in the Bommalatam. That is puppetry. So identification of the population. Then data collection or experiment. So I said what tool I'm using, rating scale. If it is a test, achievement test. So that collection tool matters. Then 10th step, method of data analysis. What method I'm going to use? See, as I said, measure what matters. If you tell that these students are better than this, what is the proof? That we use statistical methods. We use statistics. See, one mean will be there, one other mean will be there. Who has scored better? So we use t-test to compare two groups. T-test to compare two groups. So that if this group is substantially bigger than this, then we can say that the students who have attended Bommalatam are good in English, are good fluent in English. Like that, we can give a conclusion. So that is data analysis. We have to use statistics. Finally, interpreting results, conducting experiment, interpreting results. Okay. Research question, very, very important. So basic thing is that your ability to identify a problem. That is very, very important. In lower classes, problem is given to you, you solve that problem. Here, as a teacher, we have to identify a problem. Is identifying problem very difficult? Everywhere there are problems. There are a lot of, in Ajmer, my paper is about the physical weight gain, like obesity, like that, physical activity before COVID, after COVID. I did a survey. There are students, I did a survey, but I didn't went to Ajmer. I was not, there was a degree graduation day, convocation day, and in my college, so I didn't come to Ajmer conference. But my paper on that is, I wanted to find out why these children who are studying 4th standard, 5th standard are very obese. Why? Before COVID, are they okay, or only this happening after COVID? I want to check. That was my research question in my mind. So that was what I researched. ரொம்ப simple, very simple statistics I did. Only I calculated percentage. I did not do many things. What I did is that I have selected 300 students. Out of 300 students, I find out from their parents and their class teachers how much physical activity they have done before COVID. Then after COVID, like what diet they are taking before COVID, how many times they eat, what kind of food they have taken. So the diet, obesity level, weight, everything, Then I have compared their weight pre-COVID, that the health card is there. No, so we compared and we found out there is this percentage difference. Like post-COVID, they are not able to control or come back to their own shape, and 30 or 40% difference was there. So that research question should be like that. So from where we can find a research question? Curiosity. So that is what I did. Information gap. I study lot of literature, lot of journals are there that are very freely available, something like that. Then based on the conference theme of Ajmer is population education. So related to the sub theme, I have taken the topic something similar to that. Literary review is the documentation of comprehensive research work. You have to refer what your predecessor does related to that. So you want to take a study related to technology application, you have to find out, because we always say that technology assists, but we should not be a slave to technology. There are many studies says technology work. There are many studies says we should not be a slave to technology. 100% technology, you have physical health problems, etc. Like so, you have comprehensively study. So optimum level of use of technology. So what we have to do, you have to refer extensively the review. So these are the advantages of review. So you get a clarity what that researchers have done. You can improve on that. You can improve the methodology. You can see many, when I in my case, when I read the review, the things which are not come to our mind would have been done by somebody else. Oh, you can do like that also. Okay. So what nice study. Then it gives idea. And you can compare. You can say that my study, I have done this. My result is this. This study is supported by somebody else, like that. So review, direct copying will be avoided by critical literary review. See, some of the sources are there. One of the sources, foreign sources, this ERIC. ERIC is the collection of repository of foreign studies. If you click it, you can go and see, look into this. So any thing you want to search, and check whether screen is visible, and you can see the very. See, this is one of the repository. So if you search for anything, for example, I've done a research on puppetry. Something. So I want so all the research related to puppetry will come here. You can download even full text and see what they have done in abroad. For example, South Asia, how they have used puppetry in nursery classes. So this is one of the very, very good source. So this can be taken as a reference, and you can try to implement as per the Indian situation. So if you are a kindergarten teacher, you want to do something new to your student, you can implement this puppetry activity in schools. You can refer that. Full text will be available. Only thing, as I said, don't plagiarize, don't copy. Use it as a own, use it in your own words, refer. So see, you get methodology and you can get what are the things they are doing. This is one source. And then there is, if you want to refer Indian, you can refer Shuddh Ganga. The PhD thesis collection will be there. Full PhD thesis collections will be there. From there, you can take it as a reference. You can take it this as a reference, like so this Shuddh Ganga will be a very effective. So Indian researchers, you want to refer, you want to see how they have done researches. The PhD thesis will be available here, and in general, if you search in Google itself, lot of research papers will be coming, and you can refer that as a review. So now, how to write this as a reference? See, you refer books, you refer journals, you refer non-online documents. There are certain ways to refer your thesis. Reference is very important. I remember in many of the standard colleges, they will check whether whatever you have quoted, you have given it as a reference in the end. That is very, very important. Whatever you copy it, as well as you copy the reference of the book, journal, online document. First thing, any reviewer review is that two things they will review. One, plagiarism is there or not. Second, that whatever you are given as a reference in the introduction review, whether you have given it as the end as a reference. So this is APA format. Author, if there are two author A and author B, within bracket year, dot, title of the book, etc. It will be you can refer. Any book, you have to be referred like this. So if the author is more than one, it should be like this. It will be given to you, you can refer. So journal article, single author, it should be referred like this. Double author, it should be referred like this. There is an example given. If it is an electronic source, you have to write the author name, year, month, day, because in electronic device, it will be available till time it will be available. Title of the article, title of the newspaper, or title of the website name. And you have to give the website link. If the authors want, if the reviewer want to go to there and go to the particular site and refer, you have to give that HTTP details also. So far, first we have seen don't pay plagiarism. We should not plagiarize. We should take oath not to plagiarize, but to refer. First thing we have seen. Then second, we have seen steps of research in detail. Then third, we have seen how to refer an article, like reference, how to write reference. Now we will see some survey types of research. We are going to see 4 types of research that a teacher will do. First, experimental method. School teacher, mostly they try this. They do experimental study. They don't know whether they don't know that they are doing a research, but they do experimental research. For example, a biology teacher or a science teacher will be teaching in the class, suddenly taking a student to a field trip. And that is the innovation. We should study the effect of that. So any innovations you try and try to implement, you see the effectiveness, then it is called experimental method. You take the student to field trip. You you make the student participate in playway method. Anything, any innovation a teacher tries in a school, in a class, in an outside class, it is called experiment. It will come under the category of experimental research. So you don't worry about the variables and all that we'll be discussing. So what to study the cause effect. Experimental study means there is a cause, there is an effect. For example, I use playway method. What is the effect of that? My achievement of my students increased. Interest of my students increased. So cause is your method or your innovations which you tried. The effect is the result, achievement, marks increased. So effect will be measured using a tool, maybe test. As I said, whatever I am trying now is puppetry. Puppetry in English, what is my effect? That improves the ability of students to speak in English. That is my effect. So how I checked that? I conducted a storytelling and I have measured using a rating scale. Like that, whatever you try, you have to do effect. Like now, whatever I do is that whenever I do a different thing, I will conduct a test or something to measure that. Okay. So even last month, what I did is that I have used that Khan Academy. You know that Khan Academy is free of cost website where mathematics and science videos will be there. A teacher can utilize that. It is linked to CBSE syllabus. So that I have tried to implement it in our school, and even now I have taken like a test kind of thing. Maybe in the next seminar or webinar, we will try to present it as a project. So experimental method, anything new you try, you want to study their effectiveness, then it is experimental method. As a teacher, most of our things are experimental method. So basic design, there are some of the designs that you use in experiment. So there will be two groups. One group, you give treatment. One group, you give treatment. Like 40 students, what I did, I have taught them using, I have asked them to use puppetry, Bomalatam. I have asked them to use. That is group is called X group. C group is nothing but other 40 students where they are silent. They didn't go to the puppetry, they just listen. Post-test is nothing but, in my study, storytelling. Storytelling is the post-test for both the cases. So pre-test, there is no pre-test, only post-test is conducted, but two groups. One group, your innovation is there. Another group, innovation is not there. So when you compare these two post-test scores, what we'll know that the treatment is, if the treatment is effective, their scores will be increased. There will be one doubt, sir. The X group, already if they are intelligent, the C group, how can you can say that this is the responsible for that? That is why when we allot students for these two groups, you have to allot students with equal intelligence. For example, in my class, there are 100 students. So I want to do an experiment. What experiment? I'm going to use storytelling method for my class. Storytelling method for a particular group. So we cannot select all the good students to one group. What you have to do? So if a student quarterly mark is based on the quarterly mark, 90 students who got 90 and 95. So one student to this group with high mark, another student to this group with high mark. Likewise, average student 60, 70 or 70, 80. One group here, one student here, one student here. Likewise, in each group, there will be students who got 90. There will be students who got 80. So there will be students who got 70. There will be students who got failed, etc. So two group will be almost equal. You can do this based on the previous test mark, the quarterly mark or last year mark, something like that. If it is 11th standard student, you can do it based on 10th mark. So this is design number 1. Design number 2, sir, I have only one group. All the students in my class participated. What can I do? You can use this design. What is that? In my class, all the students participate in the innovation. So you conduct a pre-test, you conduct a post-test, you can compare the pre-test and post-test. If there is an improvement, then you can say that the method is effective. Or third design, comprehensive, I want to see. So 2 pre-tests, then 2 post-tests, one group treatment, another group control group. So experiment is nothing but you want to see the effect of the new innovation. If you want to provide more groups, these are the more methods, but basically we will use only first 3 methods. So experiment will be valid only these 3. So matching pair, as I said, 2 students who got 90, one group will be given to one side, another students will be given to another group. So that the both group are equal, your experiment will be valid. So 90, 91 student from 90 to A group, another student to the control group, experimental group, control group. Or, sir, it's very difficult to pair, sir. My group is having 100 students, sir. Then what you can do? Their average should be same. This class average should be same. They should be matched for mean and standard deviation. That you can do. Eliminating the variable. For example, so there is a school. That school have all the students are girls. Another students that is co-ed. Well, can we compare these 2 groups? No, because this group have only boys or only girls. This group is a co-ed group. So how to do the experiment? So this is a boys group. This is a co-ed school. Remove the girls from this group. Then both will be boys. So by eliminating the girls from the group, we can conduct experiments. Still we can compare. So when you do an experiment, honestly try to do your experiment. So experimental study, one side, it's over. Another method, case study. Case study is a qualitative research. There will not be numbers, but it is a qualitative study. When you see an abnormal behavior, then it can be positive, it can be negative, it can be something different. Then you do a case study. For example, particular student has problem in reading. Some problem is there to read or even do calculations or something like that. 1 or 2, maybe it is not only one. There are 4 or 5 students in your class. Maybe last bench is not able to read, not able to do, or not able to read anything. Then what you have to do? You have to do a case study on each and every individual. Case study is nothing but studying in detail about a particular case. Like doctors do, you know, they will study, they will ask your history. If you go to a doctor for a particular thing, they will ask you, they will check your weight, they will check your BP, everything. Then they will ask how long it is happening, what are the symptoms, everything. They will study in-depth case. Likewise, there is a problem in your class. 4 or 5 students not able to read anything, not able to concentrate anything. You have to study in depth. So you have to find out whether they have learning disabilities. You have to find out whether they have any behavioral issues, autism. There are many issues, are there psychological issues. There will be some students who have problem at home, need counseling. See, I always believe that we are not want to correct anyone, but you have to give directions. You have to help them to go for a counseling so that you refer to a special educator. So that, like, this is one example. Another one, you find one school very, very problematic. See, when I was doing MEd, I suggested a title to my teacher. Sir, there is a school in near Bagur which got 20% pass percentage. That time, most of them are failed, and it was a record that time. So everyone know. Then only thing is that I didn't get any permission from. So I didn't do that kind of research. But a student, a particular thing is very weak, or particular school is very weak, or particular school is very successful. Like I have taken my students to a field trip to a school in Selimedu, near Pondicherry border, where they make innovations out of waste materials. So you find something innovative, different, you do case study. Likewise, you have a government scheme, and that government scheme is implemented in a school. You can study how effectively it is implemented. So any curriculum, for example, curriculums will be there. Everywhere now NEP is there now. Curriculum, they are inviting suggestions now. Have you seen? Have you given your suggestions? So curriculum framework, government are inviting suggestions. So likewise, whatever a document comes, refer it. Okay. So it may be event, it may be an activity. Okay. One more method, two methods actually I have to tell. One is survey method. Survey, simplest of all method. You do survey. How many? I'm a teacher. After completion of 1 month of my teaching, I will give a paper to my students and check my feedback. How many teachers like me you've done it? So that is called survey. I'm surveying my effectiveness. So I give if you give a questionnaire, then it is called as survey. How many students are like every college or school does this survey. I am working in CK school. It is their management is Kevin Care. Recently, we conducted a survey how a student select a college. How a student select a college. So we conducted the survey among the population of CUDDALORE region. How the students select a course or a college. Whether they are influenced by other, we prepared a questionnaire. So this kind of thing to assess the current status is called survey. You can conduct now. So any problems, a problem faced by the students, you prepare a list of problems, you conduct a survey, and you can present your research. So this is one of the example of survey. Whatever thing is current status, you can do. So now we have completed different types of research. Other than the content analysis, I didn't tell. Content analysis is nothing but textbook quality assessment. For example, we did a research. I was working in that Vinayaga Mission deemed university, which was inside Aruvadai Medical College for 5 years, 10 years back. When we are guiding our MEd students, our research was based on mistakes in CBSE books, like CBSE Max book, especially we found out it's not mistakes, like that was not relevant to South India. So we find out something like examples given in Max books, like we have uncle and other things in South India, but the examples given in thing would be related to North India. So we did a research. What are that? What are the difficulties faced by our South Indian students to fix. Now, I'm not saying that this is that, that is that, but I'm telling that which are not relevant to our places. So that was only Max book, that was a research we conducted. So that type of research is called textbook analysis or content analysis. Now we'll move on to research participant or sample. So sample is nothing but who are participating in our research. So the people who are participating in our research are called sample. So in my study, Bommalatam was conducted to first year B.Ed students. Many study, if you are a teacher of primary school children, you conducted study on 4th standard students. Your sample is 4th standard students. So when you select a sample, you have to follow any technique. One is probability based technique, non-probability based technique. So probability means lottery method, random, selected at random. For example, you are going to conduct a study on 5th standard students. You want 25 students as your sample. In your class, there are 50 students. So you can select, you can write all the names in lottery and select 25 students. That is probability based method. Non-probability based, just like that, today 30 students are present. So I select 25 students just like that. Then it is called non-probability based. So convenience sampling. We call it based on our convenience. See, I am working in CK group of institution. CBSE school is near to me. So whatever study I conduct, I will be in CK school because it is convenient to me. So likewise, if it is based on your convenience, it is non-probability based. Measuring instrument, research tool. So questionnaire, even interview. Nowadays, we use mixed model. Mixed model, we conduct and we give a questionnaire. Suppose you are asking a student, you are measuring students' happiness. Other students are happy in school. So for that, you are giving a questionnaire. Students will tick it down. But we have to check whether the students are really happy in school. So your questionnaire can be supported by an interview. I usually do. I will conduct an interview and check whether the students are really happy. So questionnaire is self-reported. You give a questions, students answer. Based on that, you write the findings. Interview is oral. It is a qualitative method. So quantitative, qualitative, you can mix, which is called mixed research. Now NCERT is encouraging these kinds of research because questionnaire, many people, they don't understand or they don't have time. They just like that tick and give. So it can be cross-checked with an interview. Then rating scale. Rating scale is given, rating scale observation schedule, both of them are done by teachers. Students will be doing teacher observe and tick at what stage they are there. So this is one instrument. Then achievement test, max test. You want to check the achievement of the student, max test. So achievement test. That is one of the measuring instrument. So there are many measuring instruments that are used. So validity, reliability, two important things. So when this is the only thing, many teachers are afraid of this kind of validity and reliability, but validity is nothing but very simple. Reliability is also very simple. First, we'll check reliability. Reliability can be find out using retesting method. A questionnaire, you want to test the questionnaire reliability, give the questions one time. After 2 months, give the same question. It should be related. Related, no, it should not be same. It should be related. What is the relation? So higher the, for example, there is a relationship, R is the measurement, correlation coefficient, R is the measurement of relationship. So what is the relationship? Higher the score in one variable, if the other score is also high. If a student scored high in maths, he is also scored high in English, then these two are related. So it gives only direction. You think higher the intelligence, higher the achievement. But opposite check, higher the anxiety, higher the problem, lower the achievement. So this is called correlation coefficient relationship. It doesn't tell that whether the achievement is high or low. High or low, you have to find out median, mean, median, mode. It tells how high. If the student scores 60, he is above average. If the student score 80, he is high. If the student score 100 out of 100, then you can say it is excellent. So this is called high-low. But R is relationship. If this high is this first test high mark, second test also high mark. First test low mark, second test is also low mark. So this is test retest. Very simple. Give test 2 times. First time test after 2 months, second time test. Then find out R. XLA you can find out. Then it is called correlation coefficient R. Equivalent formula, it's very difficult because 2 equivalent question papers, very difficult. So test retest method is the best, you use that. Validity, it should measure what it claims to measure. What? If you want to test max achievement, you want to test max knowledge, your question paper should not test the English knowledge. I've seen many max teachers, they will confuse the students with the different wording of questions. There we fail. We don't want to test their English here. We want to test their mathematics knowledge only. So your questions wording should be very clear without ambiguity. Likewise, your questionnaire also should be very clear, simple. How to do that? Give it to an expert. Check, ask them to check whether it is correct. If he says it is correct, or if he give correction, correct it. Okay. So analysis of data. If you want to describe how big, you have to use mean, percentage. Percentage is very effective. Remember, don't go for big statistics. Use percentage. Use t-test. Use correlation relationship. That's all. So far we have completed the first part. Now we will move on to second part. Is this research that difficult? So far we have discussed. We do daily basis. We do research. As I said, I used to cook very well, and every day I try to innovate. We'll do like this. So different things. I used to think whenever I go somewhere to North India or somewhere, Delhi or somewhere, I used to think they have only limited varieties of food. How innovative our Tamil South Indians are, different dosa, idli, and different kind of research. Our research in food like catering and all was excellent. So research is not difficult. We do, only thing is that we don't record. We don't document. As teachers, we always do. Every day we face different problems. We try to solve it. So we innovate. We do it differently. So we solve that problem. But only thing, we don't have the document to prove that. So how a structure of research paper should be? These are the things must. Keywords, abstract, introduction, review of literature, research method. In research method, what method you have to use, what sample, what tool you are using, what is the result of your research, discussion, based on research and conclusion. Keywords everywhere. You are asked to write at least 5 keywords. So what are keywords? Important words find in your research. If you search the keywords, you should be able to find more phrases, sentences, more research findings. Like when you submit your research to repository, I said ERIC, no, I have shown ERIC. So in ERIC, if you put keywords, there will be a lot of things coming. Likewise, your keywords will be important words of your research. For example, this is a topic that is submitted for an international encyclopedia, teacher education through ODL. Here, keywords I submitted is ODL, teacher education, ICT, OER, MOOC, CPD, LMS, e-learning, M-learning, online teacher training. If you put all the keywords, this research paper should come. So this is relevant to this paper, every paper should come. So this is the keyword, very important. How an abstract should be. How an abstract should be maximum 300 words or 500 words. Should cover all the subtopics of your study. So usually I write my abstract like this. Why the study? Why you have taken this study? 2 sentences should be there. What is your objective? What is your research method? What are the tools you have used? What is the sample of your study? Then what is your finding, major finding? This forms the abstract. If you cover all this, you will get 500 words. So example, I'll be given in the end. I'll be showing a research paper. So next, introduction. Introduction is very, very important thing because we have to give a short introduction. Here, we will be writing why the study and what you hope to contribute. So need for the study is the main thing should be writing. And we should quote national and international context of the problem. You can give quotes from UNESCO, Commonwealth of Learning, National Commission for ICT, Knowledge Commission, Sustainable Development 2030, EPO. Now we have NEP 2020, many documents are coming. You have NCF for pre-primary. Have you seen that one? Many documents we are using. CBSE released 21st century skills. Lots and lots of documents are being coming. This is a golden age for education, and you see there are a lot of documents, outcomes, NCRT, refer all the websites. You see lot of documents coming out. After 1987, I think last national NCF plan of action last after that. This is a golden period. Lot of documents available. Implementation of NEP, then mentoring, then many skills, many things are coming. So you have to code that, and you have to connect your study and that one. Definition of the terms used. What is your definition? What are the terms you have used? That has to be explained. I will give the examples. And you can improve your introduction using the following online tool. This tool is very effective, quillbot.com. This tool, it is freely available. If you put small sentences, you can put small sentences, you can rephrase it, you can check your grammar, you can improve your language. In fact, even if you put a plagiarized content, it will rephrase it and give it, but please avoid plagiarizing content. Use your own words, but still some common words are used by everyone. See, some of the words you cannot what do you call it? Invent new words, everything. But some of the things like I used to write in the era of knowledge revolution, like that I used to write in everything. So you can use this web, you can go to this website, you can just paste it. For example, you can go to that and you can rephrase it. So second subheading in the study is review of related literature. The closest 3 or 4 studies related to your study should be quoted there. And you should give a conclusion. You should give a conclusion. For example, you would have reviewed the closest study. And what is the conclusion you have to give? See, there are only few studies in this area. And even that studies also did not concentrate something related to this. So there is a research gap. So I have taken this study. That's all. Very simple conclusion, which is common to every study. Because related to the study will not directly will come related to your study. So you can give a conclusion. That after giving 3 or 4 studies, you can give a conclusion. Then research methodology, you have to write the objectives. Objectives, you know, you start with the 2. And you can write to study the effectiveness of new method, to study the relationship between these variables, like that. Objective should be 1 or 2, short, crisp. What is your objective of the study? Research method used, whether you used case study or whether you use survey method, that you have to write. Then the sample, research tool, statistical techniques that you can use. Analysis of data, statistical table, descriptive mean, median, mode, mean, standard deviation, correlation coefficient. Either you can use Excel itself, very simple. If you want to use t-test to compare 2 means, you can use this graph pad, is very effective, very effective. I will show an example in the end after completion, then we'll go to example and we can see. So this is a website, you go there, you enter your group data, all the 40 students, first group, all the 40 students, second group, you will get the t-test and you can test whether it is significant. Yes, significant means difference is there. Not significant means no difference. Discussion, what you have to do, you have to compare your result with previous result. So what is your finding? For example, Bomolatum was very effective. Then other methods. Then what you have to do? I have to refer the Eric. No, I have referred. There are 2 or 3 studies which says that your the puppetry is effective. You have to quote that and compare. If it is an experimental method, this phase is very important. What you have done to your students, photos, supporting documents, that is very, very important in experimental research. For example, I have done Bomolatum. The pictures showing my student teachers doing Bomolatum. First training given to all the student teachers. Then the 40 students in groups, they have done that Bomolatum. We have taken photos of that. That photos will be there and storytelling photos will be there. That I have put in experimental research. So finally, you have to give a conclusion. So just we will open 1 or 2 research papers. So this is one of the research paper done by our UTA member. So she integrated, it is also an experiment. She integrated maths concept with the science. She didn't say correlation, we say it as a correlation. So integrating maths with science at the primary level. So This is the abstract she has given. Objectives. So this is an experimental method. As I said in the last slide, if it is an experimental study, what you have integrated, that should be major part. Look at this. So this is the activity she has done. Rotation. Objectives. Actually, this research question is the objective. You can write it as an objective or you can write it as a research question. So first objective of her is that, does integrating science and mathematics create a concrete understanding of mathematics? You can write it as an objective is to study the effectiveness of integrating science and mathematics. That is objective form. The question form is research form, research for question form. This is one way of doing. You can write it as an objective to study the effectiveness of integrating science and mathematics on understanding of concept in mathematics. So look at other is in the objective form only to find whether all the students see that is children with special needs participate actively while conducting different types of activities. So here it is, she has done it in a objective form. This is a two objective. Methodology. Here she has used experimental method and tried to integrate maths and with science activity for primary kids. Even though she has not explained the methodology explicitly, particularly, but her experiment is very good. So she has the sample and all she has given in the following second paragraph. Look at this. Experimental group follow integrating science and mathematics for one group. Similarly, control group followed normal teaching method. Sample she has given 60 students from 4th and 5th grade. Grades are divided into two groups. She has given sample. Only thing she has not given, what is the measure of outcome? That is research tool. What is the research tool she has used here? Achievement test. She has conducted a test. Achievement test designed by the teacher is used to assess achievement of the students. Well, that's all. So that is only thing missing. So she has told about the activities. What are the activities? Rotation and revolution of earth-west fraction. She has integrated fraction and rotation of revolution of the earth. Second activity, so play wave-based activity. She has integrated some photos. Look at this. Food packed, food plus percentage. Growth of plants and measurements. So daily they are measuring the growth or weekly once. Solar system and distance. Observing sky. So whatever activities they are doing, she has supported the activity, whatever she is saying by photos. See, if the one problem is there, is that maximum length of the paper should not exceed 3,000 words or whatever the theme is telling. So we have to be very careful in that. So what you can do, you can submit these things as annexure. If the words extend more, you give a gist and you can give other things as annexure for your paper. You can support. See, results. Two groups, mean she has found out, variance means variance, standard deviation she has found out. So t-test is greater than the thing, so mean is significant. So experimental group have done better than the control group. So finding and discussion, conclusion. So she has given references like this. Now I have told you how to refer. This way of referencing, this will be a problem because now they will, whatever you do, they will accept for presentation. But that is not only an objective. Later, if they want to publish it as a book, the references should be pakka. The other thing should be, as I said. For example, last 2018, I think, I went to the conference in Meghalaya. I think many of our friends also are there. So that time, the book published, you know, that book published by a reputed publishers now. National level publisher, very good publisher, it is published. Many of our friends' paper were not published because they have not followed these steps. So kindly follow it. If you want help, my email ID will be given. If you want any suggestions, help, you can contact me at any time. But submit it, attend the conference. Even after that, you can correct. See, you cannot, the time is very limited. 10th is the last date. So before that, you have to complete the paper, you submit it. But even after the selection, when we meet in the conference, there also we can correct our, improve our paper so that it is accepted for publication, and from it should be published by reputed publishers. So another one more paper I will be showing. This is my paper that we submitted for population education seminar Ajmer this year, but I was not able to go, as I said. See, this is the abstract I have submitted. My objective is to study the association between eating habits, nutritional knowledge, obesity, and well-being. So what I have given, since it's a national seminar, I have to give that Tamil Nadu, what is the population, what is the obesity level, survey based on a survey that I have given as a setting. Methodology. So normative survey method, what method I have to, it is a survey method. What is my sample? I have sample. What is the tool? Height, weight to assess the questionnaire was used. What are the that I have given as a method and design. Results I have given, keywords I have given. So introduction, review. So I have given two reviews, and I have given a conclusion. You see, most of the studies related to eating habit, obesity, and wellness are conducted abroad, and only few studies are conducted in India. Hence, the present study is attempted. Small conclusion for review. Likewise, research method, normal survey method, primary, same thing. So what are the measuring instrument tool used? Eating habits questionnaire, nutrition knowledge questionnaire, height and weight. Research participant on the 326 students of class 8 and 9. Percentage and the correlation coefficient only calculated. Look, so how many students? First on the nutritional stage, how many students? Number of students. Normal weight only 130 students. Overweight 102 students. Obesity 94 students. Only percentage I used. Very simple, no complicated statistics. Very simple statistics I used. The knowledge in nutrition, only 54 students know or high knowledge. 27 to 72 very low knowledge. Then eating habits, healthier eating habits like vegetables, like that. Only 129 students have been there. Less healthier like snacks, oiled food, like 197 students eat regularly. So only percentage and correlation relationship I have used. Then references, as I said, references I have followed this. So whatever you have in idea, whatever you have in mind, put it in paper. If it is an experimental study, give more important to your experiment. All we want this. The aim of the seminar is that sharing of experience. See, I come there to meet people from different states doing different kinds of research. Whatever they are doing as a school teacher, we are sharing and we are coming and implementing this in different places. So best of luck. If you have any doubt or any questions to be asked, you can ask or you can type in. Thank you.
If you are having any other doubts, you can ask in the chat box so that sir will be addressing, or else you can hand raise. And also we'll be sharing, giving you some of the ideas. Before that question time, let me share. Okay, let me share. Actually, most of us are teachers. Most of the participants are school teachers. Actually, this national seminar on shifting focus in school curriculum, we are having more topics for the, especially for the school teachers. So here you could see some of the themes: art integrated learning, sports integrated learning, storytelling based learning, ICT integrated learning, a toy-based pedagogy, and integrated Indian knowledge systems and case studies. Here I would like to give you some examples regarding this. For example, most of us knows about stop motion animation. So it's a very simple process that is called the ICT integrated learning, where you can take photos and make animations using that. So art integrated learning and ICT integrated learning. Let me share some examples here. In one school, what the teacher has done, he daily shows short story videos from YouTube, and he daily tells them to narrate the same story, to narrate the story during the lunch break. So daily he has been doing like that. After 1 month, he found that most of all the students could easily narrate story on their own. So this is one of the methodology. So what he did, he daily shown only the YouTube videos, short stories, and during the afternoon, he told any one student to narrate the same story. So this is called story-based learning that you can also tell. And one more example that I can give from my side is, okay, in one school, a teacher want to make the students to read properly. What he had done, he had in the school, the students' performance are very poor in reading. So in that school, they had one tape recorder and cassette. I hope you all remember the earlier old tape recorder and cassette. What the teacher did is, he told the students that to record their voice. So what the children did, they put the cassette and they record and then they play. So they felt excited. After that, what the teacher did, you try to read 1 or 2 lines from the books. So daily the teacher, during the lunch break, he gave the tape recorder and the cassette. So the children tried to record their voice, and the voice will be played during the class hours. So what are all the mistakes if they had done in pronunciation, the teacher will help. He did that for 20 and 25 days. After that, he could find that most of the students, they were shown interested in reading. So this can also be presented as a research paper. So it's very simple. This most of the topics here which are shown is for teachers. So whatever problem you solve in the classroom, for example, if your student is having adding 2-digit addition, carryover problem. So that is the objective, to ensure the children uh, to add the carryover sums, 2-digit carryover problems. So what is the methodology they had done? So that has to be mentioned. And another example that we can give is identification of alphabet. So in primary level, in class 1, some of the children are having problem in identification of alphabet letter. So the teacher, what she did, she wrote the alphabet, for example, A, on a big chalk paper and fixed behind the students. So each student, the students who are having the problem, she fixed the alphabets behind them. And then she took all the children to the ground. And whenever the teacher calls the alphabet, for example, if the teacher says B, the other students should identify the B alphabet and go and catch that student. So likewise, she conducted the game for 10 to 15 days. And after that, she could find that most of the children could identify the alphabets very easily. So likewise, so research paper means from the teacher's perspective, you don't need to go for bigger topics. You can select very, very simple topics that can be easily easily implemented. So this conference is very, very important because so the NEP pedagogical approaches, so whatever we say, those methodology will be documented and it will be published as a book and it will be used across our nation. So now, if anyone is having doubts regarding this and submission, the submission for this national seminar is extended to December 20. And in that, you have to submit your abstract and the paper. A model abstract and the paper will be shared in the WhatsApp group. And if you're having any other doubts, you can hand raise so that we can unmute you and you can ask. Yes, sir, Hussain, sir.
Sir, just so in the pamphlet, in the brochure, it's mentioned that the time is over. That is the 1st December, they have put the deadline for the abstraction. So just now I listened that. Yeah, it is extended, no?
Yes, sir, it is extended to 20th December.
Thank you very much. Just to clarify about that. Thank you.
Any other doubts or questions from your side? Okay, some of them are asking how to register. Can you clarify about toy-based pedagogy?
Whatever I said, no, Bomalatam, puppetry, even small toys, games. There is a document in NCERT website which says about toys-based pedagogy. There is a book released by NCERT. You can go refer that. There they are given plenty of exam. Nama old many things are there. They have given. So you can go to NCERT website. So you can use everything, any toys that is used and how to use itself, it is given in the book. Go to NCERT website. Sure. Here it is there. Many documents are there which are very good. See, toy-based pedagogy, learning for fun. So here they would have given in the end, toy-based pedagogy in the end, they have given mapped their syllabus based on CBRT, CBSE, the NCERT books. See, subject, objectives, learning outcomes, where to buy, even you can buy for your students and use. So this is the examples they have given. Topics, subject, and what objective it covers. Everything will be there.
We will be sharing this document also in the WhatsApp group. Any other doubts? And then to submit, you have to get a permission from your institution.
It depends. In my institute, after selection, I will inform. But many institutes require permission before submitting.
Yeah, let me tell you how to submit your paper. Here, just you type NERIE Shillong. So this is the website page. You click here. So here itself, they have mentioned that the date has been extended to 20th December. And when you click here, you can see the seminar brochure and you can upload using the Google Form link. When you click on it, it will be going to the next new tab. Here you have to enter your email ID and the name designation. So it's all very simple. And at last, here you have to give your title and you have to upload your full paper. In the full paper, you will be having abstract, and the full paper, the sample model paper will be shared with you. Yeah, the paper will be published by the NERI, National Northeast Regional Institute of Education.
So it will be a delayed process here. 2018 paper was published only in 2022 because they will give it for corrections and they have to follow MOU with publishers and all.
Yes, sir. Arman Mishra.
Sir, I want
Yes.
to ask if we are referring any content from the YouTube channels, so how can we mention in the reference in our research paper? Shall we have to mention URL code, or how we can mention the reference?
You can give the web link of the videos. We can, because it's a new concept. They don't have any idea about that. But you can tell the topic name and give the YouTube link.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I will share the link where you have to send the paper. That I will share in the WhatsApp group. Okay, and there is no chance for online paper presentation. This national seminar is face-to-face. The accommodation and traveling allowance will be borne by the organization. Any other doubts, or else we can